Hey everyone and welcome to my channel. 6 American supercars that deserve more recognition. Ask any enthusiast to name a country famous for its supercars and a few common answers will always crop up. Italy is perhaps the most obvious answer, since it's home to many of the world's most recognizable brands, from classic marques like Ferrari to newer players like Pagani. The UK is another top candidate, being the traditional home of industry stalwarts like Aston Martin and McLaren, while the likes of Porsche and Mercedes-AMG ensure that Germany is also well represented in the supercar world. Despite boasting one of the world's largest auto industries, the US is often considered a smaller player in supercar circles, although that reputation arguably isn't justified. In fact, American companies have produced a slew of excellent supercars over the past few decades, even if many of the best have been largely overlooked. From race-bred track day specials to Bugatti beating speed record breakers, we've rounded up a selection of American supercars. Let's get started. Number 6, Musler MT900. There's no single answer to what constitutes a successful supercar. Some might argue that it's raw performance that matters the most, but others would counter that image and customer demand are the best indicators of success. The Musler MT900 certainly ticked all the right boxes on the performance front, both on the track and on the road. It was so successful in the races it entered that it was actually banned from some races, or otherwise penalized so heavily it could no longer compete. Before it was exiled, it racked up a string of wins, including at the 24 Hours of Daytona. However, the problem with the MT900 was that its maker never really managed to make its image appealing to buyers. Musler's previous cars were notoriously ugly, focusing on racing prowess over aesthetics. Although the MT900 was a significant improvement, it looked a little too much like a kit car for its own good. Some buyers reportedly even assumed it was a kit, especially since Musler insisted on using part-spin components like Corvette taillights to keep production costs down. Except, this was a factory-built supercar with a list price of up to $700,000. In the end, only 60 examples of the car were sold before Musler ran out of cash and ceased trading in 2012. The lackluster reception to the car ensured that it was forgotten by most enthusiasts, which is unfair, given its racing pedigree. Number 5, SSC O4. SCG, also known as Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus, is still a lesser-known name in the supercar world. In fact, there's a good chance that many enthusiasts will have never heard of the brand. However, SCG is responsible for a number of the most promising road and racing projects currently in development in the United States. The SSC O4 is positioned as its flagship supercar, with a mid-mounted V8 engine making around 650 horsepower. It boasts a central driving position, taking inspiration from the McLaren F1, and a 6-speed manual transmission. Glickenhaus has already proved its 007 race car can compete with the big players on the track, taking 4th place overall in the 2021 running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans and achieving a podium finish at the event in 2022. The 004 itself is racing-derived, being a refined version of the outfit's Nürburgring endurance races. Sales figures for the 004 have not been publicly disclosed, but founder Jim Glickenhaus told Motorsport, "We have a certain capacity for the car, and we have sales up to that amount." Glickenhaus recently shared photos on social media of a 004 prototype undergoing durability testing to ensure it could withstand the stresses of 100,000 miles on the road, and confirmed in a comment on the post that build slots are set to be available for 2025. Number 4, SSC Ultimate Arrow. Much like the Musler MT900, it rivaled the SSC Ultimate Arrow, a boasted class-leading raw performance, but its popularity was hobbled by its appearance and brand image. In the case of SSC, this was perhaps more accurately described as a lack of a brand image, as the company had been around for less than a decade by the time the Ultimate Arrow was launched, and had no prior track record of producing cars. Nonetheless, SSC's first model proved it was far from vaporware, setting a Guinness World Records certified a speed recorder of 257.41 miles per hour to become the world's fastest production car. The car it beat was none other than the Bugatti Veyron, but unlike the Veyron, SSC had no multi-billion-dollar conglomerate to turn to for marketing or design. The Ultimate Arrow looked dated when it debuted, and according to Autocar, suffered from build quality on a par with the 1980s TVR and all the luxury of a small Malaysian hatchback. Not exactly the qualities buyers were looking for in a machine that cost at least $650,000. Still, 24 examples of the car were reportedly sold before the Ultimate Arrow was retired. As flawed as it might have been, it's hard to argue with the car's world-beating performance. Despite having fewer resources, SSC beat Bugatti at its own game, even if the VW-backed hypercar brand would later reclaim the record with the Veyron Supersport. Number 3. Ravani Beast. The Ravani Beast has been in production for nearly a decade, but a new version of the Supercar was unveiled in February 2024. The original 2015 car used the platform of the Ariel Atom, while an updated version in 2018 was based on the Lotus Elise. The latest iteration keeps things more American than ever, with the 2024 Beast choosing a C8 Corvette as its base. The car's twin-turbocharged mid-mounted V8 engine churns out 1,000 horsepower, giving the Beast a reported 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 2.5 seconds. The freshly unveiled Supercar is far from a bargain, with a starting price of $485,000. However, with a production cap of 20 units, it's safe to say Ravani owners are unlikely to see anyone else driving the same car, no matter where they are. To make the Beast even more unique, Ravani also offers a range of James Bond-inspired extras, fitting everything from an intercom system to thief-proof electric shock door handles. Number 2. Russian Q1. Built on the bones of the noble M400, the Russian Q1 straddled the line between high-end kit car and cut-price supercar. In its early days, it was definitely more the former. A noble's American importer bought out the rights to the old M400 after it ended production, reworked the body shell, and sold the car in kit form. Alongside its new look, the firm's engineers also upgraded and replaced much of the suspension to ensure it was more comfortable to drive than the rather rudimentary M400. At its launch in 2007, buying a Q1 meant sourcing an engine and putting it together yourself or paying someone to do it for you. At launch, Russian's recommended engine was a V6 producing 450 horsepower, although owners were free to fit more powerful mills should they wish to. By 2013, however, Russian had expanded its manufacturing facilities to provide turnkey cars, transforming it from a kit car maker into a fully-fledged boutique supercar outfit. The company reportedly built up to 48 cars per year and employed 70 people at its peak, although the total production figures for the Q1 remain unknown. Russian ended production of the car in 2018. Although used examples continue to occasionally crop up on auction sites today. Number 1. Hennessy Venom F5. The Venom F5A is the latest and greatest halo car to emerge from tuning outfit turned hypercar maker Hennessy, and it boasts some truly impressive performance figures. Its twin-turbo V8 engine churns out 1,817 horsepower, enough to propel the car to a claimed top speed of over 300 miles per hour. It boasts a curb weight of 2,998 pounds, making it lighter than similarly powerful cars from the likes of Koenigsegg and Bugatti. Its production numbers are also strictly limited. Just 24 examples of the Coupe F5 were available, with similarly small production caps for the Roadster and the track-oriented F5 Revolution. Hennessy is still reportedly working on its bid to claim the official title of the world's fastest production car, with a run proposed later in 2024. The car's theoretical top speed has been calculated to be 328 miles per hour, but the team are said to be aiming for a target of anywhere over 300 miles per hour average in two directions. Like many other hypercars vying for the production car speed crown, the biggest problem the brand has is finding a suitable location to test the Venom F5. Most test tracks and runways simply aren't long or smooth enough. It remains to be seen whether the Hennessy can set the official world record, but even if it doesn't, the Venom F5 remains undoubtedly one of the fastest cars in the world. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel, like, comment and share. Thanks for watching.